Moonstone Island is a creature-collecting, deck-building live sim that's been taking the cozy gaming community by storm. I came late to this party, but I can safely say I'm hooked. If you're new to the game or you're thinking about checking it out, I've got some tips for you. You can make the day longer in settings, go to gameplay and adjust the day length. You can also change the fishing difficulty to easy in settings. Go to gameplay and change the fishing minigame difficulty. I'll talk more about fishing later. And you can make battles easier or harder in settings. Go to gameplay and change the battle difficulty. I'll also talk more about battles later. If you're frantically looking for a pickaxe at the beginning of the game, like I was, don't panic, you have a hammer instead. It does everything a pickaxe does in other farming sims. You can open up one mine on every island, which is useful because inside the mines you'll find chests containing crafting recipes, gems and sometimes moonstones. To open a mine, just break rocks until you find one. You won't be able to move your house or spirit barn once you've placed them, so you might want to place your house where there's plenty of space to put your spirit barn, crops and crafting machines nearby. Previously you couldn't cut down trees or break rocks in the town area, but a recent update has made it possible to do so. Craft multiple furnaces to make bars more quickly. You can craft a decoration station which you can then use to craft furniture, but you need to find crafting recipes first. You can find these in chests which can be found in mines, dungeons and buried underground. Furniture can be placed both indoors and outdoors. You can craft a loom and use it to make custom wallpaper and floor tiles. I don't know about you, but I find doing pixel art with a mouse basically impossible. Luckily, the devs have added a feature that will blow your mind. On Moonstone Island's Twitter, you can find designs other people have made on the loom. Click the word Alt in the corner, copy the text, and in-game, open the loom, and press Ctrl and V at the same time. Oh my god. There's a hot spring where you can refill your energy for free. You don't even need to unlock it, and when you swim around in the hot spring it makes a really satisfying sound. Many other islands have hot springs too. They are marked on the map. These small hot springs won't refill your stamina bar fully, but they will increase your energy very quickly. Completing the dungeon near the hot spring on Moonstone Island will give you a permanent stamina increase. These things that look like stargates can give you talismans that will allow you to add, remove or upgrade cards from your deck. Hold the right mouse button down to activate them. They are found on several islands, and once you've used one it will show up on your map with a green tick. They do seem to become usable again over time, at which point there will no longer be a green tick over them. I think you can use each one once per season, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on this. If you come across a pillar like this, hold the right mouse button to be teleported to a different island. But beware, you might not be ready to visit that island yet. When using a balloon to fly, hold down the WASD keys in the direction that you want to drift. You will move slowly in that direction. Look for darkened patches in the mini-map to find islands you can land on. They will appear as you get close to them. Balloon travel costs energy, so don't fly with low stamina. Travelling by broom doesn't cost energy in itself, but charging your broom does, so again check your stamina before you travel. Your broom will fly much quicker than a balloon, but bear in mind it can only go a short distance without being charged, so plan your route before you set off. If you're going far, stop off at other islands on the way to recharge your broom. You might want to carry extra food to replenish your energy for this. By far the best mode of travel is a glider, which needs no charging, goes faster than a broom and uses less energy than a balloon. But you will need 3 moonstone ingots to craft it, which means collecting 9 moonstones. It's well worth it though. Just a super quick break to say, if you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. It means the world to me and it helps me build my channel and my community. Thank you! In the town you can find a fountain, where you can pick up a warp whistle that can be used once a day to bring you straight back to Moonstone Island. This is really useful if you're running out of time or energy, or if you're a long way from home. The wildflowers and plants you find around the islands can also be grown, and they all have uses such as healing your spirits and restoring your stamina. Be sure to grow or collect loads of the ones that can be used to tame spirits in particular. Think of these as the Pokeballs of Moonstone Island. Sometimes you'll need to use more than one to tame a spirit. If you don't water your crops for a couple of days, they will die. On some islands, you'll find crops that aren't native to Moonstone Island. If you cut them down with your scythe, you'll get their seeds, which you can then sell at the conservatory on Moonstone Island. The next day, they'll be available to buy from the seashore. The spirit that looks like a worm inside an apple will cut fibre as they follow you, so be sure to go back and collect it. Be sure to keep checking in your medallion to see if you can level up your spirits. You can get new cards for your deck this way. When you swap out a spirit in your medallion, you have to manually go in and ask the new spirit to follow you. You can have up to 3 spirits in your medallion and as many of those 3 following you as you like. If you don't have enough slots on your tool wheel, don't worry, you can swap them out at any time. You can pick up an item you've placed, such as a bridge or a crafting machine. Hold down the R key, then hold I at the same time. It won't work if you're standing on the bridge, even if you're only standing on it a little bit. Always carry enough wood to make several bridges. You never know when you might need them. When you go into dungeons, take loads of them. You should be able to find 1 moonstone on each island, but they can be hidden behind trees and rocks. They glow at night, so it's easier to spot them. You can also find moonstones in treasure chests, which are found in mines, dungeons, and buried in the ground. You might want to note down which island's moonstones you've already found, as there doesn't seem to be an indicator and it's easy to lose track. You can find random treasure maps that will reveal the location of a buried treasure chest on another island, but it may be an island you haven't discovered yet. Once you've found the treasure shown on a map, the map will have a green tick over it. Once you have a spirit barn, it's a good idea to craft and place a few empty stalls inside before you go exploring, so you can tame more spirits. Make sure to feed the spirits in your barn or they will run away. Alternatively, you can craft moongrass spirit stalls which automatically feed spirits, but you do need a moonstone for each one. Feeding spirits means they will sometimes drop resources such as clay and sea glass. These are used to make charms. Fishing works a bit differently in Moonstone Island to a lot of games. The idea is to hold your left mouse button to reel in the fish, but you also have to move your mouse around to follow the fish and try to keep it inside the small circle as much as you can until the green ring around the edge fills up. Turning on the easy fishing mode will just make the fish move slower, so it's easier to keep the little circle on it. In battle, remove a spirit's armour before attacking them. This might seem obvious to some, but I'm putting it in for anyone who's new to this style of combat. Toggle on fast mode in battle to make the animations go faster. Spirits in dungeons, especially bosses, may be quite a few levels higher than your spirits, making it difficult to defeat them. Don't worry, just come back once your spirits are at a higher level. As you discover islands further away from home, you might find you can't stick around on some of them as they have hazards such as electricity. To visit these islands, you'll need to craft an anvil and make charms which will give you resistance to the hazard. That brings us to the end of our 40 tips, but feel free to add any tips of your own in the comments. Also, let me know which other cozy games you'd like to see a tips video for. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon with more cozy games.